Alright, testing for audio. Hang on. Yeah, that's right. Hey folks, and welcome back to Genshin Impact, and I'm actually back on my PC, because I haven't used the NVIDIA broadcasting system in so long. I mean, considering I'm going to be using this for part of the Honkai Star Rail, until it goes into PlayStation and I'll start streaming, transferring over
Relax.
the streaming things to PlayStation. Or unless until one or the other get the stronger. Honkai Star Rail comes out first before my PC is finished. Well, this is what I mean. If Honkai Star Rail is
There's no
PlayStation
such
version
thing
is
as
out
pure freedom
before
in this
my
world.
PC is built,
Even the wind cannot blow on forever.
then we'll go ahead and start streaming on the PS5. But for now, to get back into the flow of things, especially streaming through a computer, let's go continue on with the rest of the Hangout, which we have 2 more endings to discover. Okay, let's see. I think the last ending I got was... Ah, yes, this one. It was like, aww. Okay, so where does the path diverge here? So
Relax.
to the cafe. Back in the city. Yeah, I also realized I didn't upload the conclusion of the brilliant developments, which I will do later. Later in the day.
Too slow.
Then I also will start another broadcast involving the vomiting sandstorms. You know what? Sada, I'm gonna record on that one. Yeah. So a lot of the broadcasts and recordings are gonna be back on PC for today. At least for the next couple days, anyway, I should say.
Let's sit down here and have some coffee and sweets.
I mean, you already been
No,
through most of this,
we're
so I'm
here
just
to
getting through
rest. My problems will have to wait for now.
until I know for sure we're on the diverged path.
Oh, hey, Layla.
Huh?
I'm one of Layla's classmates. I just came by to say hi. We just submitted our seeing how relaxed you...
Oh, no.
You say that every time, yet you're always going around...
Well, I...
For starters, she doesn't even try to participate with the group at all. Every time we come to see her, she looks... It's not like we can't...
I know. Sorry.
Whatever. There's no point in start... If you think she can justify...
If I really want to help, yeah. It's actually, huh? What do you mean? Yeah, the thing is, and the more nervous I...
Okay, so I think I chose this the last time. It took me to where I ended off last time I broadcasted. So let's go with this.
Face it head on? What should I do? Do you really think I can? Oh, okay. I've got a pen and paper with me. Let me go through them real quick. The theory sections are pretty much finished. I'll be able to finish organizing the rest on my own. As of now, I'm missing crucial observation data. I need the results of an observation to validate the conclusion of my thesis. And then there's the preparation for my thesis defense. I'll need to mentally prepare.
Those don't sound too difficult. I can help you.
What? You want to help me with my thesis? Thank you. Thank you so much. I don't even know how to show you my gratitude.
Don't worry about it. We've already come this far. Take down the
You're
heart.
so kind. I had no idea I'd meet someone so nice in Sumeru City. Okay, I'll do my best. It's the least I can do, considering everything you've already done for me. First on the list is the experiment to get observational data. I actually had it all planned out several days ago and even borrowed a celestial globe from a Mahamata. However, the weather was rainy every single day after I borrowed it, and I was unable to compare the night sky against the celestial globe.
I mean, it could have been worse, but Bennett's form of luck.
There were a lot of people waiting to borrow the celestial globe, and I wasn't able to extend my time slot. So I returned it and haven't been able to borrow it again since. That's why I still haven't performed the necessary observations yet. I don't know what to do.
So you're lacking some equipment.
That's right. The celestial globe is a high-precision device used specifically for researching the stars. Submitting an application to borrow one from the academia is pretty much the only way for me to get my hands on one.
Looks like we're gonna have to ask around at the Adventurers Guild.
Huh? Why the Adventurers Guild?
Because no one has a network like Catherine does. Especially know what she is, actually.
Oh, I see. The Adventurers Guild is open to everyone's commission, so she might have some ideas. Okay, let's go and try our luck.
So, yep, ask Catherine for. So, I already know 4 Catherines, or 5 now. One of them is in Mondstadt, one in Niue, one in Inazuma. The original one, well, you know what happened. I'm gonna call her Catherine 4.5.
Ad Astra Abyssosque. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild. How can I help you today?
I'd like to... I have a commission... it's kinda strange. How should I put this?
We would like to borrow a high-precision celestial globe.
Right. Equipment at the academia is in very high demand, and we aren't able to borrow one now. We were hoping someone else might have something similar that we could use.
I don't know anything about astrology, so I'm afraid I'm unfamiliar with the device you are looking for. However, one of our requesters happens to be an astrology enthusiast. I hear that he's a collector of all sorts of specialized astrology equipment. After the Adventurers Guild helped him out, he indicated that he'd be happy to return the favor if the adventurers ever need it. Perhaps we could arrange a meeting between you two. That should help solve your problem.
Yes, please.
Really?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. It's my job to provide adventurers with the necessary support.
And my daily 5 Primo Gems.
The man's name is Azam. Here's his address. You can go ahead and pay him a visit.
Thanks, Catherine. Love you.
Quit following me.
To his,
Too slow.
Is he? Oh, I could just go do this. And it better not be. Oh, for Archon's sakes. Okay, it's not too far. Hello there.
Hello, are you Azam?
Yes, I am. How may I help you? Ah, I see. Well, if it's a request from an adventurer, then I'll be happy to help you. I just so happen to have the device that you're looking for. Let me fetch it and show you, just to be sure.
Yes, this is it. Thank you so much. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just got a little excited. Please go ahead.
I mean, it's one step closer to getting your thesis done, right, Layla?
To be honest, judging by what stands before me, I find it very hard to believe that you're an astute Ratawahist student. Astrology is a hobby of mine, and these devices have cost me both time and mora to collect. I cherish them as if they were members of my own family. Which is why I don't let just anyone borrow them on a whim. These devices are delicate and can easily be damaged if used inappropriately.
Gulp.
Oh, that's completely understandable. What can I do to better gain your trust?
How about this? I don't need a deposit or anything, but I'd like you to share the contents of your research with me. I'll ask you some questions. If your explanation proves satisfactory, then I'll lend you the device.
Share the contents of my research and answer questions?
Well, time for another thought. This is likely to be another thought puzzle.
Alright, I'll try. But I can't disclose the actual details to you. How about a general overview of the research? Would that suffice?
Yes, that would be fine.
You're probably aware that astrologists rely on the movements of celestial bodies to calculate the past and the future, as well as attempt to summarize the correlating principles, correct?
Of course. This is the basic principle of astrology.
My current research is about a certain phenomenon called astral shift.
Interesting. That's not a topic any ordinary person would be familiar with. I have a basic understanding of the concept, but I'd like to hear you explain it.
Okay. Well, in short, it means that the results derived from astrology are prone to change. As time continues to flow, the stars change and everything else becomes affected by this change. However, what's actually driving the change is what's worth investigating.
And it's not involving player interference and using the time clock in the options.
I think that it might just be another law of nature.
If the changes follow a certain pattern or routine, then it could be explained as some law. But the changes are manifold, even when considering just a single star. The changes could be resulting from a simple single orbit shift, or it could be a more complex double orbit, or even a triple or quadruple orbit shift. These phenomena have a dramatic effect on astrological conclusions. What I'm working on now is the research and prediction of the triple orbit shift phenomenon.
Triple orbit? By yourself?
Yes. That's right.
Well, technically I'm your assistant on this, but yes.
You do know that adding an extra star to the equation increases the computational workload by more than tenfold, right?
It does get a little complicated, but it's still manageable with the use of a few self-invented techniques and a large number of star logs and star charts. Which leads us to why I'm in need of a high-precision celestial globe.
Amazing. I suppose I should never have judged a book by its cover. I thought you were just trying to half-heartedly deal with some school assignment.
Do I really look like that sort of person?
Nope.
Don't worry. I'm just joking. I was a little cautious at first, but now I trust you completely. It would make me extremely happy if my collection could assist a researcher in achieving tangible results. Just make sure you return it to me once you're done.
Oh, thank you so much. I really needed this. Good thing Azam was willing to hear me out.
I didn't really understand what you were talking about, but I thought you did great.
Really? I was just explaining what it is I'm trying to do.
You're starting to show signs of becoming a great researcher.
Really? I don't know if you really mean it, but I'm happy to hear that.
Please take down a heart for that.
I guess even the hardest problems can be solved as long as I'm willing to try. Recording and comparing data will be much easier now that we have this device. I can do it all on my own, too. Let's continue with the plan. can you help me with the rehearsal of my thesis defense? We can do that at the House of Dana.
Anything yet? Remarks?
You're quite welcome. It makes me happy to see my equipment being used to its potential.
Okay, cool. Let's see. Oh, we need to go to the... I'm not making the same mistake that,
The wind rises.
thinking I can teleport straight into the library. No, I gotta take the long way around.
Behold!
And I'm pretty sure I can tell the graphical differences from when I stream on the PlayStation 5 to whenever I stream on PC. This is obviously 1080p at 60 frames. Though the PlayStation, I tried to, even though I have these settings on 4K, on console broadcasting only broadcasted in 1080p 60 FPS. But I noticed it's a little bit more brighter.
This seems like the best spot to do
And sometimes
this.
a little bit more detailed.
We'll need to be quiet so we don't disturb anyone.
Oh, okay.
So here's what will happen during my thesis defense. After I present my thesis, the advisor sitting below will begin to ask questions. Theoretically, I should be able to answer any questions related to my thesis. However, I tend to get really nervous when my advisors look at me, and I end up completely forgetting what I plan to say.
That's every project or presentation that I nearly have to do, but keep your composure, just know your content and know what you want to say. Answering questions on the other hand, it depends on the question and I have to think about it on the spot there.
That's why I want to rehearse and practice presenting my points in front of someone.
So I'm playing the role of an academic advisor, right?
That's right. You should have gotten the gist of the content of my thesis when I was explaining it earlier, so ask away. It's okay if your questions are a little off. I'll still treat them as real questions from an advisor and answer seriously.
Got it. You ready?
Wait a moment. Alright, Layla, you got this. You were able to explain everything earlier, so you can do it again. Alright, ask away.
Ah, there we go. Can you briefly describe the application of the law of triple orbit shift calculation?
Sure. The direction of this research is based on the results of previous research. It's about the feasibility of applying my methodologies to the remaining triple orbit problems. Based on a sample size of 124 cases, we could only achieve approximately 60% accuracy. The results were not reliable enough to be implemented as a law. You can see the common traits of the erroneous samples on page 3. Excuse me, I mean from the star logs in the appendix. It's clear that in each of the erroneous samples, one of the stars underwent a significant shift. This means that, we not only need to limit the number of stars, but we may also need to consider the degree of shift when applying triple orbit shift algorithms. Stars with greater shifts are often key in astrology readings. The next step of the research should be... to identify the feasible thresholds of shift for applying our calculations. And that's my answer to your question. Do you have any other questions?
It's very solid. Just if you stumble down, you
We're
can just work out your
finally
ends.
done. I'm gonna need more practice. I can feel myself getting flustered, and I start to stumble whenever I'm asked questions that I'm unfamiliar with.
That's true. Your presentation could use some work, but I could tell that your logic is sound.
Oh, really? You mean it? Then this practice must be helping. During my first thesis defense, I stood like a statue on the stage and my palms were covered in sweat. I couldn't get a single word out.
I don't want to quote another Eminem song, palms are covered in sweat. But you kind of get the idea where I'm referring to. It seems we managed to address all the major challenges for you.
I didn't even realize it, but you're right. It doesn't seem like there's anything holding me back now. I guess that means I'm capable of completing the thesis all on my own. I can hardly believe it. This is amazing.
Take down a heart, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just that I'm really excited. This is the first time this has happened, really. I'm so happy.
You really worked hard. You worked hard to reach this point. You don't need to rely on others anymore. Thank you.
I'm not sure how to put this. I'm really happy about everything that's happened, but I'm also feeling a little sad. I still don't know anything about the blessing from the stars. Will it never happen again since I don't need its help anymore? That somehow makes me feel a little lonely.
Lonely?
Yeah, it almost makes the blessing feel like it was just a tool used for my studies, no? But I would really like to discover what the blessing actually is, if I ever get the chance. I want to express my gratitude for it, or better yet, maybe we could be friends. That's basically how I feel about it. Even if I know nothing about the blessing, I could still feel its companionship all along. It's almost like how you helped me. I really cherish and appreciate it. After all, it wouldn't be right to take such blessings for granted in our lives.
I'm sure it will also be very happy to know you feel this way.
That's good.
Thank
I
you.
hope it's a little more satisfied with the way I am now.
And ending photo. There we go. Alright, let's see. Oh, not that. Let's see. Where is this last ending? Oh. First things first, claim that. Okay, let's see. How does this diverge?
Quit following me.
Hello?
Yeah? Ah, I see.
Yes, this is...
Astrology is a hobby of mine, and these devices have cost me both time, which is...
Oh,
How about if you're...
Sorry, give me 1 second, please. Not that. Oh, okay. So I can't tell if I'm stuffed or, but all right. So I'm back. So let's see. I'm. Uh. Mm,
All right.
oh
I'll
God!
try, but I can't disclose the actual details.
Yes, that would be.
You're probably
Mm-hmm.
um
Interesting.
as time.
I think that it might.
If the changes
Please tell me
what
this is
Triple orbit?
I
You do know.
it which
Hmm.
do
It would make me just.
good thing is really.
Okay,
Really?
yep, so I guess that was not the right one.
Let's continue.
Wrong way. Okay, so it's that third option to the left.
Help.
Yes? Ah, I see.
Yes, this is.
Astrology is a hobby of mine, and these devices have cost me both time, which is.
Oh,
How about if you're.
Okay, if you mess this up, you won't be able to gain his trust.
uh,
Yeah, I thought so.
you're starting to make me feel nervous.
Not intentional.
I'm sorry. I feel a little dizzy.
Are you okay? Oh God, no! Oh wait.
I'm okay. My mind just decided to stray elsewhere for a moment. Give me a second to gather myself. Oh, is this the celestial globe that I needed to borrow?
Why is she asking?
Correct. I was about to test you with a few questions, but you suddenly started looking very uncomfortable.
Oh, don't worry about it. I don't sleep very well, so I tend to get a little dizzy from time to time. I'm fine now.
She seems a little different all of a sudden. Oh, I see. Well then, can you briefly summarize your area of research for me?
With pleasure. I'll give you a general overview. You're probably aware that astrologists rely on the movements of the celestial bodies to calculate the past and the future.
Okay, yeah, this is definitely going different.
Due to the difficulty of designing an experiment and the challenges of validating theories about the past, astrological research is usually based on an immense foundation of experience. And therein lies the largest complexity. Derived and validated conclusions may vary due to subtle changes caused by the flow of time and shifts in the stars.
Damn.
I've heard about this before. I believe it's known as astral shift.
This sounds more professional, like you're really set for it.
One of the most classic challenges is to use 3 stars with shifting orbits to predict the overall changes that may have occurred.
Ah, are you referring to the triple orbit problem? Yes, that really is a classic problem, and a very difficult one to tackle.
Solo,
I came
yeah.
up with a set of prediction methods that encompass more than half of the triple orbit problems. However, there are quite a few limitations and requirements. This set of methods is already being put into practice at the Ratawa star shun by my advisor, drastically simplifying the difficulty of calculations involved in the triple orbit problem.
Yes, I've heard about that. The announcement made big waves in the astrology enthusiast community. So, you were the one who came up with that?
You mustn't judge a book by its cover, you know. The thesis I'm working on this time aims to address the remaining triple orbit problems, as well as eliminate a portion of the methodology's limitations, which will make it easier to use.
I see. In that case, perhaps there's no one more fitting to operate this device than you. I just keep it as part of a collection, and I can't use it to its full potential like you can.
Thank you for understanding. I'll return it in perfect working order once I'm finished with it. Okay, we should be going now.
Okay, where are we going?
What did we plan to do after this? I kind of forgot.
You aren't Layla, are you?
Huh? What makes you say that? Is there something off about me?
Your personality changed. The real Layla would forget what to do next.
Fine. Looks like I can't keep the act up any longer. I even tried to look a little panicky to emulate her behavior.
You're the blessing from the stars, aren't you?
I suppose that is what she's been calling me. With her long-term sleep deprivation, whenever her anxiety peaks, she loses consciousness and I take over.
Well, every time I reach anxiety peak and lose consciousness, I just wake up the next day and like, what the hell happened?
However, her unpredictable and variable sleep patterns are completely out of my control, so I have to make every second count. There's no one willing to help her here, so I have to step in. I am rather curious about you, though. Why are you trying to help her?
Well, she's finally decided to face the problems with her thesis head on, and she's working very hard on it.
Really? That's great. You're helping with all the things that I used to do for her. Seems like you've given her a boost of confidence with your encouragement. She's only steps away from the finish line. She's already made a lot of progress, so there's no need to push too hard now. Anyway, what's the plan from here?
She said that she wanted to practice her thesis defense.
I see. Well, it wouldn't be of any help if I practiced for her, but I'll leave some notes that should come in handy. Come on, let's go back to the House of Dana to make preparations. You'll have to tell her later when she wakes up.
Okay. I wonder what he had to say this time.
You're quite welcome.
Never mind, you stay the same thing.
Too slow. The wind rises. Behold, upon the gale. Quit following me.
Alright, let's see what's going on here.
Okay, I should get started on those notes. If there's anything you're curious about, you may go ahead and ask now. I can answer you as I write. I'm used to multitasking. Oh, and I have to ask a favor. When you give the notes to her later, please don't tell her about my existence.
Why's that?
Well, she's always been in a fragile state. If she knew that there was another Layla who's always taking care of everything, she might feel like everything she's ever worked for is pointless, and that could lead to some demoralizing thoughts. She's a resilient girl, but no matter how resilient she may be, no one can hold up to criticism and torment from themselves.
Yikes.
If her condition grows any worse, it's possible that I might cease to exist as well. Then there wouldn't be anyone to help her.
But she's not doing very well now either.
She's getting better though, isn't she? It's apparent how hard she's working now. She's my source of knowledge. I'm merely the representation of how she would be if she were rested and healthy. I believe that she's one of the best, even in a place like the academia where geniuses come by the handful. But growth is a process and shouldn't be rushed. I will always believe in and support her.
It's a good thing that she has you, or she might have already hit rock bottom.
Believe me, even if she were to end up at rock bottom, she'd find a way to somehow laugh it off as one of her silly mistakes and climb her way out. That's the kind of person she is. Alright, I've written down all the possible questions that I think the advisors might ask. Next, I'll put together a few words of encouragement for her. I'm not going to sign it, obviously. Oh, and don't forget about our agreement.
Yes. Ah, yeah. Okay, there it is. That's the ending. I was like, okay. I thought we were gonna go through another section of just conversation there, but never mind. And that is all the endings. Oh, not that. I'll focus on that after I upload the brain development section. Then I'll focus
There's
on
no
streaming
need to
the event
exchange
on
pleasantries.
PC.
It's rather pathetic to
So look
force a
forward to that,
conversation
and we'll see you
just to
back in a little
occupy
while.
silence.